Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We're back again with our InfoSec Girls meetup, and here we're going to be discussing a lot of interesting things now. Now we're all talking about AI, we're talking about supply chain security and whatnot. So today's session is all about detecting deepfakes using AI, and I have my friend Preeti Rajesh with me, who's going to speak about the topic. That's one topic which is gaining a lot of traction, and everybody has their own perspective. So let's hear her perspective, and also you can share your inputs that what your learning with this topic is all about. So let me add her without further ado. Hi Preeti.
Hi, Manna.
Hi. So Preeti, why don't you introduce yourself, and then probably we can go ahead and get started with your session first.
Sure. My name is Preeti Rajesh, and I come from a food tech background. I've done my engineering in food tech, and I got into cybersecurity after completing my CEH certification. Out of curiosity and passion, I jumped into cybersecurity, and I had a curious about deepfakes and AI. So I have been uh, delivering talks about the same topic to raise awareness about deepfakes and how we can detect them, and yeah, just learn more about the trending topics.
Amazing. Let me get your screen in, and then we can get started with our session. Over to you.
Okay. Today we're going to be talking about detecting deepfakes using AI. It'll be a in-depth exploration of how the AI techniques are in use and how we are facing challenges in detecting the deepfakes. This is a short introduction about me. I work at Talentica as a client account manager, and I have a background in food tech, and I'm passionate about AI and cybersecurity. So, our agenda for today would be deepfakes. What are deepfakes? How we will be unveiling the synthetic truth of deepfakes and demystifying deepfakes. Of we learn how a deepfake is made and how they work. Then we'll also learn about few tools that help us combat deepfakes. Then there is deception of deepfakes, and again the cutting edge technologies that goes behind the working of deepfakes. So coming to the screen, it looks a bit confusing, right? So there's a pictorial representation of how a deepfake is made. There's face framing, there's face cropping, there's face blocking. So this is just a representation to confuse you all about deepfakes. So introduction. So what do we know about deepfakes, right? We're all familiar to social media apps which help us swap faces, right? Nowadays it's all over the internet making memes and all of that. So, what are deepfakes? Deepfakes are nothing but hyper realistic digital forgeries created using advanced AI techniques, making it challenging to discern the real from the fake. So, deepfakes are something that are so realistic that sometimes it's very hard to understand if it's a real one or if it's a fake picture, right? In the photo we can just see of how there's an original image and there's a deep faked image. Now we all know who this is, right? So yes, that's Morgan Freeman. Now can we guess that if it's a real photo or a deep faked photo? Now, some of y'all would be thinking this is a real photo, whereas some of y'all might think this is a deepfake photo. Well, it is a deepfake photo. There is.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even?
So we can see the level of reality this image holds, right? It looks too real, but towards the end, we can. There's a detailed video of how the creator of DeepNep have made this deepfake video of Morgan Freeman, and of how the face has been swapped but the body is belonging to someone else, right? So this is one classic example of how real a photo or a video can be. Moving on to the steps of detecting deepfakes, right? In order to know your enemy, you need to know how it's created. So wouldn't put it in a enemy point of view, because deepfakes can be used for good or for bad, right? For example, if for good example, you want to learn a subject, right? And you find it super boring, you can easily use deepfake and use your favorite actors, or someone who motivates you. You can swap their faces with the educator and you can learn new subject or a skill. So everything has a downside and an upside to it, so you can use deepfakes in a good way for that. But there have been many instances where deepfakes have created a havoc, right? There have been cybercrimes due to deepfakes. So here's the 12th step of how deepfakes are created. So first is the data collection and preparation, face extraction and alignment, training the data generation, deep learning and model training. So this is where the model takes in all the data we feed it with and it swaps the images, synthesizes the face and swaps it. So we can also see lip sync and expression transfer. There's video composition, and towards the end, after the distribution, it delivers the deepfaked image or the video which we are creating. So understanding deepfakes a little more technical. So deepfake technology works mainly on GANs. Now, what are GANs? GANs are nothing but generative adversarial networks, and it is built on GAN's architecture. There are techniques for generating deepfakes and relevant works. So, here's some background of how we are interlinking deepfakes and AI. So, AI's role in deepfakes creation is the GANs and machine learning algorithms. So, evolution of media manipulation from primitive methods to AI impact, right? As I just mentioned, there are positive use cases such as entertainment and education. It can be used for a variety of positive things, whereas it can also be used for negative use cases. For example, misinformation. There have been several instances that a deepfake has led to wars and geopolitical wars, right? So misinformation and privacy issues. There have been news about actresses having deepfakes, and you know, which have uh, raised a sense of concern in the society. So again, it's in our hands of why we use technology. It can either be for positive use cases or negative. So future directions, we will be talking about detection techniques and collaboration for solutions. So understanding deepfakes, right? So the architecture and operations of GANs, that is generative adversarial networks. So basically, there's a synthetic data sample, right? which is which is fed into the training model. And so basically that training model will tell us if the data sample that has been fed is real or fake. This is about detecting the deepfakes, right? So you can see in the diagram, the discriminator is trained to distinguish real data samples from synthesized samples. So after the training model is fed with the data sample, what it does is it breaks the media into small frames, like the audio and the visual content is broken down into small frames and fed into the training model, and then it gives us a final verdict if the image or the video is real or fake. So here are few open source tools that are present in the market, are still under the works, that can be used for deepfake detection and security market map, right? So we can see Microsoft, Intel, all of these tools are open source and can be used for detecting deepfakes. We are going to be covering C2PA today. That is one of the certification tools that is emerging and would help us and the masses to know about a media file of how authentic it is, right? Nowadays, we see several media files on the internet. So, how can we be so sure that the media file is authentic and it's not being tampered with, and if it's not been face swapped with someone, right? So, we're going to be covering C2PA. There's a quick demo video on how we can detect the deep fakes. Is my screen visible?
We cannot see the demo video.
Yeah, my
Maybe you
screen
need
is
to
visible,
reshare.
right?
Yeah, I can see demo. It's written as demo video, and that's all.
Oh, you can't see the live video thing?
No, 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 no. Maybe it's just the one screen is your presentation is visible here. That's why.
Oh, just a second.
Sure.
Now is it visible?
Yes.
It's time for the exciting.
Yes.
Okay. So now going on to the live demo. I'll just play. So you can just upload a media file in this, right? And it will help us understand if the media is real or fake. It's running at localhost, where a user can upload a video or an audio to understand if it's. So we can set the sequence length. So what is the sequence length here? It's to understand the amount of length that can be fed to the system. Basically, number of frames that can be processed by the model that can be submitted for the prediction. So here's a slider. You can just select the sequence length. So this model is trained to get up to 100 sequence length. So now we're just going to select a video. So this is the video uploaded. Now we don't know if this is a fake video or a real video, right? So now we uploaded the video on our model. Basically, the model will split the video into multiple frames and it will crop the faces into many small parts so that the model understands to detect. Since we've selected the length of 20 frames, it's going to take 20 frames and then help decide if it's a fake or a real. So the model will give us a prediction based on the 20 frames. If we had put 80, it would have given a result based on 80 frames. So here we can see the frame is being split. 20, see the faces are cropped here. And based on that, the model has given us that the video is real. See, we can see the output that it is a real video. It is 99.7% sure that this video, that this media file given is real and not a fake. So similarly, there is a video of another example of a fake video. Here we can clearly see that the eye and the face, it doesn't go with the full complexion. So again, the model can just split the media file into 20 sequences and give us the result that it's a fake video. It's 100% fake. So that was our short demo on how we can detect. Moving on to the AI techniques for detecting deepfakes. So there are CNNs, RNNs. We'll quickly go through what CNNs are. So CNNs are convolutional neural networks. So basically what we discussed during the detection, right? So CNNs are good at analyzing images. They can find small irregularities in the facial features and expressions. And RNNs are recurrent neural networks, and they are great for looking at video sequences. They can spot the inconsistencies that are taking place during the video. Then we have autoencoders that learn the usual pattern in data. They can detect when there's something abnormal. And there's anomaly detection, for example, right, facial movements or speech, if the audio and the video is not matching or syncing up, right? That is one way of detecting that the media file is not real. Feature extraction, again, in the given, just the example we took, right? The second media file, it was very evident that the features did not go with the background. So, again, audio and visual inconsistencies can help us detect the mismatches which are occurring in the media file, and we can tell if it's a real or a fake. Again, why are we discussing this? Because suppose one day you wake up and you find out, suppose you are the MD of a company and you find out a media file of yourself saying that the company is going bankrupt the next day, right? So that is misinformation delivered from your end. Now, how does one say that it's a real video or a fake video? So, in today's time, it's very important to, verify the media that you're watching, and also to know that it's real and it's coming from the true source. There have been instances where politicians have put out, their accounts have been hacked, and there has been misinformation delivered from their accounts. So, how do we authenticize the media that is being posted online? Is what we learn at the C2PA, right? Again, this is AI techniques for detecting deepfakes. The same thing I just explained, uploading the video, of how the video is split into frames, the face detection, face cropping, then how the load train model tells us if it's a real or a fake. Coming to C2PA, what is C2PA and why is it important, right? C2PA is Coalition for Content Provenance and Authenticity. It focuses on verifying the origin and history of digital media. So it was formed by Adobe, Intel, Microsoft, and Truepic. What's the purpose? So earlier we used to see there's a watermark in a photo or a video. I mean, we still see that, right? So basically, content authenticity initiative and project origin is very important. The goal of C2PA is to promote responsible creation and sharing of digital media. So there's a link to the C2PA website where you can just have a look of how C2PA functions, of how there is. So basically, I'll just give you a short demo of how it works. So it signs a media that is being uploaded, right? It captures. Okay. Yeah, now my screen is visible, I think. Yeah. So a short summary on C2PA of how the media is signed, inspected. So basically, it uses this model to capture all the information a file is going through, right? There is a manifest that is being created of a digital media where the content credentials captures everything. Suppose an image has been captured from your mobile, so it will capture the location, who it is captured by, it's produced by which device, right? And if you have further given it to an editor, right? There's an example here. See, the image is captured, the manifest is made, all the details are registered in the C2PA. You send it to an editor to edit it. So the device the editor is using and the application he has used for editing your media. Suppose he's using Photoshop, right? So all of that information will be covered here. It's signed by Adobe, produced by this, all the information. Social media, it's going to with social media, right? So here, the I button, we can just see the information of where all it has been through, right? TruePic, it's captured there, later edited on Adobe. and the final version was created here. So I think we all should use this certification to authenticize our media that we post on places, right? See, we can just see a detailed information of what time it has been processed, what social media it has been shared to. This is the final outcome, right? So going to the zero level of any media, authenticating each step it has gone through is what C2PA is for. So yeah, that's how it is made. And the government there in North Carolina has already been implementing it. They have been using it on their websites. So whatever information they're giving out on their website is C2PA certified. Here's a quick example of how they have implemented C2PA on their website. So in a way, we're just certifying the media that has been published so that you know it's authentic. So that was a quick overview on C2PA. Now, what are the challenges in deepfake detection, right? Despite the advancements in detecting and AI being so revolutionizing, we still have few challenges. So these could be the hurdles in that have been ongoing, although these models have been trained well, but sometimes the image produced by AI is so accurate that you cannot find out that it's a real or a fake. It's not 100% accurate, right? So the advancements, techniques, and insights have led to more robust detection algorithms and multimodal analysis, blockchain for media verification. And so, what we can do is we can leverage biometric inconsistencies that offer promising results, right? So, in order to uh, really tell that a media is true, we can start implementing C2PA. Yeah, so blockchain for media verification. So we all know that blockchain is something that cannot be tampered with. Like we saw in C2PA of how it is using, uh, cryptography. They're using manifest of how you can't tamper with it. Whatever life cycle the media is going through, it has been created and saved in the manifest, which cannot be tampered with. So, using blockchain for media verification and biometric inconsistencies, all of this can help us advance in the sector of detection methods. These are few references I have used for creating this presentation. So, I'd like to conclude my talk by saying that there are many battles that are going on in the deepfake uh, sector, and it requires a lot of vigilance and awareness and innovation so that we get to know that how deepfakes can be used in a good way for education, entertainment, besides the misinformation and things that can lead to geopolitical wars. So this was a initiative for raising awareness of how deepfakes are there and how we can detect them, and how hopefully we use C2PA to authenticate the data that we are giving out in our social media, right? That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Preeti. I think it's wonderful. And there's a lot of information that I got from it. And I'm sure our audience is also. And our audience can also reach out to you on LinkedIn if they have any kind of questions, or they want to share their inputs, that what's their experience with deepfakes. This was
Yes.
wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Vandana.
Thank you so much, Preeti, for joining us. And for everyone, thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for our next session. Thank you. Take care. Have a good day.